changing. I see a beautiful day. It's coming my way. It's a beautiful day.
Hello, my name is Jaquetta Lee, and welcome to A Beautiful Life. And I tell you, I'm so excited for you all to be able to hear from my beautiful guest, Miss Jackie Vernon Thompson. She is actually the president and founder of From Inside Out School of Etiquette. And I love the title. Talk more about what it means to work on our inside so that can be exuded outside.
Well, of course, the Holy Spirit led me. From the inception of this school, I prayed about everything, even the name of the school. I'm like, Lord, please let me know what you want me to name this school. And so he used someone very dear to us to just disclose the inside out concept. Mm-hmm. And so I was able to put it all together and name it From the Inside Out School of Etiquette. And it's all about working from the inside out. There's no way you can really feel beautiful, feel blessed, feel instrumental on the outside if it's not coming from the inside.
You know, Jackie, when I met you,
Mm-hmm.
what really struck me in reference to what you were doing with your School of Etiquette was when I saw the component of talking about what lifestyle that God would like to have the young ladies live.
Yes.
and how important it is for them to maintain an abstinent lifestyle.
Yes.
And just understand just the queen and the princess that they are, in reference to what they should expect even out of relationships.
Right.
Why was that important for you to incorporate that into the School of Etiquette?
Well, the basis and the foundation of who we are, we have to recognize that it's God, our Creator. Because if we don't identify ourselves with someone who is bigger than who we are, then how can we really stand strong and stand firm on something? Mm-hmm. So it's important for me to educate the young ladies, letting them know that they were created and made by an awesome God. Yeah. And they were made in His image, which means they are beautiful, they are awesome, they are amazing. So there should be no way for them to say, I can't, or this is too hard for me. Whatever you put your mind to and you pray to the Lord, He's going to help you if it's His will. So I educate them on that.
And that's beautiful, Jackie. Tell our beautiful viewers a little more about the population that you service and how old the young ladies particularly are who will participate.
Sure. Well, From the Inside Out School of Etiquette focuses on enhancing the lives of girls ages 8 to 17. Okay. Again, from the inside out. So we focus on the demographic of girls. I love young people, girls and boys, but particularly I see the young ladies out there, and they definitely need that training. They need to understand what etiquette is, because etiquette is a term that's so rarely used. So therefore, the Lord is using me to bring it back. Amen. And so it's an extreme blessing.
Amen. And I want to stay there for a minute, because as you mentioned, unfortunately, it's a rarity. Yes. And a lot of times we denote that with a specific class of people, versus understanding that is something that is an act that is required by all of us. Exactly. When we go out to events or just being in our home setting. And so I love the fact that I had a chance to go to your website. I saw the footage with you taking them out to the restaurants.
Wonderful.
You know, a lot of times it's about exposure. And a lot of times our young people are shying away from things because of them being intimidated.
That's true.
Because of a setting. So why was that important for you to be able to expose those who participate with From the Inside Out?
Well, unfortunately, a lot of our children are born and reared in an environment that doesn't allow them to see something bigger than where they are. Wow. So therefore, for example, once we do the table etiquette and protocol workshop, we then take them to an exquisite restaurant, and they experience a 5-course meal. Usually our children have no idea what courses mean. You know, usually they're at home, their mom gives them the dinner, everything in one plate, they eat it at one time, and so they figure that that's how you do things.
Right.
But then there's a whole world out there that does things totally different. So I wanted to expose them to that, so that when they go to that environment, when they go out in the world, they're able to conduct themselves accordingly.
Beautiful, beautiful. Because you know what, I even think about statistics say that families who sit together and have dinner, have breakfast, that statistically the children do better in school.
Definitely.
Academically. And a lot of that has to do with, you know, the conversations that you have around the table. Do you also do activities that incorporate the parents with the youth?
I do, and I plan on doing a lot more, because it's important for the parents to work with the youth, okay? Because they're, you know, at ages 8 to probably like 10, 11, 12, they're not going to do everything they're taught by my school unless they have the support from the parents, and the parents enforce the things that were taught to them. You know, it's interesting because so many adults, so many parents ask me, well, can you teach me the etiquette skills? Because like I said, it's so rarely required, it's so rarely used, the word, and so parents within the last generation or the generation before have no idea what etiquette is. So it's important to incorporate the parents in the teachings so it can be a group effort and everyone can improve.
And that's so true. You know, I remember playing tea and dress up as a child, but for some reason we didn't carry that on necessarily into our adulthood. And I had an event, a Titus Tea gathering, and I actually had a certified etiquette consultant come out as well, and
awesome.
You know, she actually went through the entire course, as well as, you know, whether you hold the pinky up or not, and so many things can be stumbling blocks for us when we don't open ourselves up to learning.
Right.
So talk a little bit more about these amazing CD DVDs that she has. This one, topics say no to boys and sex. I love celibacy. No boys allowed. All right. Talk a little bit about some of the courses that you have within your school.
I sure will. One of the things that I want to give to the audience is options. I want to make sure they have options. So therefore, if you're not able to attend a workshop that I'm conducting, or if you're in another state, another country, you're able to go on my website and purchase a DVD. We focus on 8 different topics. We focus on table etiquette and protocol, saying no to boys, saving yourself for your husband, increasing self-esteem, greeting and communicating effectively, sitting and walking gracefully, and the list goes on. So therefore, we have a DVD for each topic that a person could go online and purchase and watch it on their DVD in their very own home without having to come to a workshop. And each DVD is only $10, but it's a wealth of information. It's a demonstrative DVD. So you're not just sitting there listening, you're watching. I'm teaching you how to sit, how to walk, how to even get into a car properly as a lady. We don't understand. There's an art to that. So you're able to actually see someone get into the car properly and get out of the car properly, and how to shake hands and everything. And we even deal with living to honor and glorify God. As we spoke earlier, we can't leave that out. I'm able to show them scriptures that I'm not just talking, it's from the Word of God. So it's an amazing project that the Lord has blessed me with. I feel humbled that He's using me to impact these young ladies.
That is so beautiful, Jackie.
Thank you.
It really is, and that is why I wanted to have you on the show, because sometimes we get so sidetracked with, you know, just the self-esteem or, you know, just the makeup component.
Yes.
But when you really begin to focus in from the inside out, that is what's going to exude the beauty for these young ladies to feel confident and to know who they are in God first.
Exactly.
And so for me, you know, I know there are a lot of mentorship programs out there, working with young men and young women. But for me, this show is very important for us to always remember that there has to be a God connect when we're talking with these young people.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, they need Him just as much as we need Him.
Definitely.
And it helps to really understand how they come about making decisions. Because once they've met with Miss Jackie and you have shared with them that they can wait and that they are worth the wait, and that if God has for them to get married, what more precious of a gift than to give that to your husband?
Yes.
So talk to me a little bit about some of the dynamics of how you are now incorporating the curriculum throughout the year with the young ladies and young men.
Well, once you schedule workshops with me, I have, sometimes you could do an entire series where we deal with all 8 topics.
Okay.
And we have it over a period of time, probably 6 weeks or so, whatever is convenient for the customer or for the student, because I customize it according to your schedule. We focus on everything, all the details. For example, like you said, embracing celibacy. I teach them everything. I teach them about the consequences emotionally, spiritually, physically, mentally. I let them know that, hey, right now you should be focusing on schoolwork instead of focusing on a boyfriend or having sex or falling to peer pressure. I know it sounds like something that parents say all the time, but it's incredible, because it's interesting, because our children sometimes don't listen to the parents. We were kids, so we know. And so when a third party comes along and echo the same thing, it's like they're like, wow, really? And sometimes when I break it down, they're able to understand. And I tell the parents, I'm going to be very explicit. So understand that these children are going to know when they walk away, they're going to know everything about this issue.
Awesome.
So it's just amazing how I'm able to incorporate all of the information, all of the facts in a way where the kids can understand, comprehend everything, and walk away with a, wow, I didn't know that, and at the same time have a great time.
Amen. Amen. And Jackie, let me tell you, that's so important, because we're living in a world where they are inundated with sex, drugs, violence. It's in their video games, it's in the movies, it's in commercials, And so I love that you said, you know what, we're not holding back anything. If children have questions or there are areas that we need to go into, it's so important to be able to let them know that there's no question that's off the table, because if they don't get godly counsel from you, they're going to go out into the world and hear the incorrect information from someone
You're
else.
absolutely right. For example, one of our subjects is honoring your body. And I know some of the things that I've mentioned in the DVD and what I speak about in my workshop is controversial, because I address the idea of piercing in exotic places of your body. The belly button, the eyebrow, and so forth. And I speak on tattoos. There are an abundance of people who have tattoos, but I speak about that because your body should be, of course, the temple of God. It should not be a canvas for some artist to see how well he can draw on or how well he can stick needles in to design something. It should be, your body should be loved, respected, and it should be a sacred place. So therefore, those who have tattoos, don't be offended. But it's important for us to educate our children to know that you're beautiful without all of that.
Right.
And so I touch on that. I not only touch on it, I deal with it. And the piercing and all of those things, it's important for us to touch that. Sometimes the parents are shy to talk about it because of their relationship with the children, so we do that. We consider ourselves a part of the village it takes to raise the child.
I love that. I love that. And so oftentimes you will have parents who, I'm sure, come back and thank you for that.
Yes.
Because when you think about the village approach, it's not just enough for my children to be successful, or for my children to reach their goals. It is a village, and it does take a village. And I love the fact that parents allow us to impart in their children. I do an annual purity ceremony, One Night with the King, and we do a 2 to 3 day event. And when I have an opportunity to speak to the parents, as you said, sometimes the parents have talked about the same topics that we do in the purity ceremonies, but for some reason, they're receiving it from us. But I love the fact that parents are secure enough to say, you know what, if you can reach them, please do, because I recognize that, just as you spoke, there are so many dynamics other than just the physical with having sex. It's the emotional, it's the psychological. We've had young people who have taken their lives because relationships ended, or who felt depressed and had to be hospitalized. Talk to me a little bit about some of the other dynamics as far as your curriculum and what you're offering.
Well, as far as the curriculum is concerned, we start with the basics. Let's look at the greeting and communicating effectively.
Okay.
We start with the basics, teaching them how to speak properly, teaching them how to project their voices, how to enunciate, how to pronounce. Our young people these days they have the lazy factor, where they pronounce a word and forget about the ending of it. So they don't complete the word. So we teach them that, which is a part of our curriculum. We then go into handshaking. We then teach the young people how to have manners. Don't address an adult by first name. And that's a big part of the curriculum that the parents really appreciate, because this first name basis with a child is unacceptable, and in past generations was not happening. Okay, so that's a part of the curriculum that we teach, and then we go into understanding how to appear professional, how to conduct yourself professionally. And when they walk away, it's just amazing of the things that they learn from our curriculum, because we touch on everything.
I love it. So when we come back from our beautiful spotlight, you'll get a chance to hear more from Miss Jackie Vernon Thompson and some of her upcoming events. You definitely don't want to miss hearing more from Miss Vernon Thompson. Back again with the founder and president of From the Inside Out School of Etiquette, international certified etiquette consultant. Okay, that's a big deal.
Yes.
So, our viewers, we were actually being shown now in over 50 countries.
Wow, that's awesome.
So you definitely want to connect with Ms. Vernon Thompson and have her fly to your country and give you her expertise in the area of etiquette. And as we just left off in reference to some of the dynamics of what you're sharing with the young people, tell us a little more of the approach that you're taking with them and why it's essential in that grooming.
Well, it is essential, particularly with greeting and communicating, and I continually go back to that, because if you're not able to communicate, there's but so far you can go. So that's one of our top topics to deal with, and one of the things that I focus on is eye contact.
Very important.
It's very important when you're talking to me for you to look through my eyes, look through me to see really my authenticity, to see if what I'm saying is real, and for others to understand what I'm saying. I teach them, yes, if you're having a 1 hour conversation, you don't stare in the eyes, but you can look at any other place with on the face. Look at the nose, the lips, the eyes, the forehead. But eye contact is really important, and we stress that tremendously, because sometimes our young people, they're talking to you, they're looking at the wall, they're looking at the floor, they're looking up, but hello, you're talking to me.
Right.
So let's have eye contact, and that's important. We stress that.
And I think for some young people, we shined a little bit on the intimidation and just maybe even the schooling as far as them being familiar with why is it that we give people eye contact. I remember someone making mention, it speaks sometimes to the honesty in an individual, and we know of course that confidence level, but it's an engaging act.
Yes.
You know, it lets you know that I am focused in on what you're saying, that what you're saying is important to me, you know. And so a lot of times as adults, we see things as disrespectful, but they may not necessarily have had the education. I remember a young man walking into the church with a hat on, and he honestly had never been told that men are to remove their hats when they come into a dwelling.
That happens.
You know, and so we can't assume that they know it all, you know, as far as this etiquette, but I love the fact that, you know, you have taken on this cause and you've championed a cause that allows young people to know that, again, that it's not about their socioeconomic level. You know, it really is something to be able to bring them out. So I want to go to some of your upcoming events.
Okay.
Because it's important for you all to know that she's doing activities year-round.
Yes.
Her next upcoming is Boys and Girls Summer Self-Improvement, a day camp, and it's only $25 per person.
Only $25.
For ages 8 to 17.
Yes.
So I want you to tell them a little bit, just give them this sneak peek preview of what's going to take place at the Self-Improvement Day Camp.
I definitely will. Just a sneak preview. Again, it's only $25. Therefore, you can bring your daughter, your boys, because not only do I focus on educating girls, but we do collaborate with other companies, other organizations, and educate the boys as well. So therefore, we're bringing in the boys to teach them chivalry, a thing of the past, according to many, but it is needed now because we still have men, we still have boys. We're going to teach them chivalry. We're also going to teach our young men how to tie ties. And that's really important because that helps them to be professional. It helps them to feel like they're worthy of being professional. That's the problem. A lot of our young people don't feel they're worthy of being the best.
Wow.
So therefore, we teach our boys that. We're going to be teaching our young girls how to maintain personal hygiene, which is very important. We deal with everything in that subject. As you know, I leave no stones unturned. We deal with your monthly cycle. How to take care of yourself during that month, the important things of it. And so we're going to be teaching the girls beauty tips. Not only are they going to have workshops, we're going to have some fun time where the boys can play football and basketball and the girls can have a mini makeover. So it's just a joyous time where the kids are able to learn, they're able to illustrate what they've learned, and they're able to just have a good time. And at the end, we have a ceremony of completion where we give everyone a certificate, and the parents are invited back at that time to witness it. So we're excited about it. We're going to be doing it right here in Lauderhill, Florida. And we have a tremendous amount of young people in the Lauderhill area. So we are trying to reach out to them so they can get involved and register.
So if they are interested in having their children come out, how can they get in touch with you and register their children?
All they have to do is just give us a call at 954-870-6414. Again, that's 954-870-6414.
And also share with our beautiful viewers your website information and your email.
Most definitely. Our website is www.fromtheinsideoutsoe.com. Our email address is also fromtheinsideoutsoe@comcast.net.
Awesome. So before we close out with Miss Jackie, we could not close out without mentioning some of her affiliates and some things that she's connected with, and then we have to have a few tips in reference to etiquette, right?
Definitely. Oh, one thing though, another event that's coming up that we try to have quarterly is called the RTWY Weekend, the Refining the Whole You Weekend. Our next RTW is coming up September 5th, 6th, and 7th. That's Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And don't worry about Monday because there's no school on Monday for public school students. And the entire weekend, 5 hours a day, we focus on every topic that we have. So it's like a full blast weekend where we just help refine our young girls throughout the weekend. On Sunday, when we again do the table etiquette and protocol, that's when we take them to the restaurant and they experience the 5-course meal
So they get a
and just
chance
have
to
a
dress
wonderful
up.
time. Yes, exactly. We've been blessed to have a contract with Mai Kai Polynesian
Awesome,
Restaurant.
awesome.
So they cater to our girls. They love our girls. They welcome us every time we go there. So it's a grand event, and it's only $115 until August 15th.
Okay.
Then it's $120. So you want to definitely give us a call. Go on our website. You can register on our website early, so you can get that early bird special. So that's September 5th, 6th, and 7th.
And that's just for the young ladies?
That's just for the young ladies. Our
Okay.
private workshops are for young ladies until we venture out to the young men for private workshops.
Awesome, awesome. So young men, you definitely want to come out to the Self-Improvement Day Camp, and they're going to teach you how to tie a tie, you're going to play some games, you're going to have an amazing time.
And chivalry. We don't want to forget that.
Because we still have doors to be open, right?
Yes. So you asked about the affiliates. One of the things that I've made sure the Lord has led me to the BMW network, the Black Motivated Women Network, and it's definitely a motivating experience being with them. We have, they always have activities. They have events where I'm able to go and network. And I tell you, Miss Connie Mas is the president of it, and she's so supportive. She follows up. She basically checks on me every day to give me that motivation to keep going in the business that I'm in. So I definitely want to speak about BMW Network because they're definitely an asset to my business.
And we want to shout out Miss Connie. She is, Connie is always out and about, and I see her supporting events. So shout out to Miss Connie and Keisha.
Miss Connie and Keisha, we cannot leave Miss LaKeisha out. Definitely a powerful duo.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Thank you.
Absolutely. So, Miss Jackie, we have some events coming up. I want to make sure that I'm using the right fork. I want to make sure I'm using the right water glass or goblet. Give us just some quick tips on how we can not only have great dinner parties, but make sure that our etiquette is on point.
Wonderful. Well, first of all, I'm just going to give you some tips today, but you definitely want to purchase the DVD, Table Etiquette and Protocol, to get the whole shebang.
Yes.
So make sure you do that. But one thing that women must understand, and ladies must understand, that when it comes to etiquette, it's all about being graceful. Being graceful. When you get to the table, it's about sitting gracefully. It's about speaking gracefully. It's not about shouting across the table or just flopping in your seat and just sitting like this. Posture is very important in every aspect. So we must always have a proper posture. I need you to watch this DVD so it can tell you what each utensil is used for and at what time, what each dish is used for and at what time, when to expect different courses, how to respond to waiters and waitresses, how to speak to other people who are in the dinner party. For example, one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that when someone to your right has asked for a dish, you may hand it to them from the right. However, it's not appropriate to hand on the left. But if somebody is very close to you on the left, it's permitted to hand it to them on the left because you don't want it to seem like it's a classroom setting, like you're trying to teach them. But it's most appropriate to hand to the right.
Okay.
That's very important. Also, it's so interesting because when you drop a utensil or you drop your napkin on the floor, it's natural reflex to pick it up, right? It's totally improper etiquette to pick it up because we don't want to transfer the germs from the floor to the table. So therefore, we gracefully inform the waiter or waitress, and they will replace the napkin or utensil for you. Okay. So there's a lot to learn. There are a lot of information, and it becomes natural for you after a while once you watch this DVD and you learn everything.
So you got that plug in. You got to get the DVD to get more information on how to not only host amazing events, bring out all of your fine china, and that's one of the things that I make a point of doing, because sometimes we wait on special events to bring out the fine china.
Right.
And sometimes I'll just bring it out for dinner, because every day is a beautiful day, no matter what challenges they come with. And so,
you know what? One of the things when you're hosting an event, hosting dinner, one of the things that a lot of people may not know is that you serve on the left and collect on the right. So you serve the dishes on the left, and once they're finished, you collect them on the right. And don't really focus on the waiters and waitresses in some restaurants, because unfortunately they don't even know that rule, that etiquette rule. So serve on the left, collect on the right when you're hosting.
Close with this one. I know that when they are bringing your food out, and sometimes everyone's dish does not, or their entree doesn't come out at the same time, when is the appropriate time for you to begin commencing?
You begin eating once everyone gets their plate, gets their meal. That's most appropriate. Unless there is an isolated situation where that person cannot start eating, or they have to go somewhere, it's important and most appropriate to wait until everyone has received their food.
Okay, all right.
Yes.
So I'm going to finish my tea with Miss Jackie.
Yes.
And Miss Jackie, it has been a pleasure having you on A Beautiful Life.
It's been an absolute pleasure being here.
We're so excited to hear about some of the not only upcoming events, but some of the things that God has placed on your heart in reference to the School of Etiquette. And so today we had the pleasure of hearing from Jackie Vernon Thompson. She is, again, the president and founder of From the Inside Out School of Etiquette. You definitely want to get in touch with her. The information on the screen now is your opportunity to get in contact with her. Also, the products that you see, she has left no stone unturned. She definitely is taking the School of Etiquette by storm, and so we're looking forward to seeing the many, many blessings that God is going to bestow upon you.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
God bless you. A beautiful life.
I'm living a beautiful life. I'm making a beautiful life. I'm changing, rearranging. I see a beautiful day.